Are you prepared for a power outage? Do you have the tools and knowledge to navigate through the darkness? As we journey into the unknown, the importance of being prepared for a power outage cannot be overstated. Imagine in a flash your lights flicker and die, your appliances fall silent, and you're plunged into darkness. This isn't simply an inconvenience. An unexpected blackout can be a serious danger, cutting off access to vital services and potentially leaving you isolated. But fear not. With the right preparation, you can turn a potential crisis into a manageable situation. In this essential guide, Outlast Any Outage Prepper Secrets, we unlock the secrets to not just surviving, but flourishing when the power grid fails. From must-have supplies to groundbreaking solutions, we've got you covered. So, are you ready to transform your approach to emergency preparedness? Stay with us as we dive into the world of prepper wisdom, where advanced strategies meet practical tips. The first secret to surviving any power outage lies in your pantry. A well-stocked pantry can be your lifeline when the power goes out. It's not just about having food on hand, but having the right kinds of food, and in sufficient quantity. Let's talk about what you should be stocking up on and how to store it safely. First things first, water. It's the essence of life. A person can survive 3 weeks without food, but only 3 days without water. So it's important to have a good supply of it. Aim for at least 1 gallon per person per day for both drinking and sanitation. And remember, store it in clean, food-grade containers and rotate your supply regularly to keep it fresh. Next, let's talk about food. The key is to focus on non-perishable, long-lasting items. Think canned goods, dried beans, rice, pasta, and powdered milk. These are all great staples to have on hand. But don't forget about comfort foods. Items like chocolate, coffee, and your favorite snacks can offer a morale boost in tough times. And then, there's protein. Canned meats, nuts, and seeds are excellent sources. These provide essential nutrients and can be stored for long periods of time. Don't forget about fruits and vegetables. Yes, fresh produce has a short shelf life, but canned and dried versions can last for years. They're packed with vitamins and minerals, making them a crucial part of your survival pantry. It's also a good idea to have a manual can opener on hand as well as a portable stove and fuel for cooking. But remember, it's not enough to just have these items. You also need to know how to use them and incorporate them into meals. Consider keeping a cookbook with simple, no electricity needed recipes in your pantry. Finally, rotate your stock. Use older items first and replace them with new ones. This ensures you always have a fresh supply. Remember, a well-stocked pantry is your first line of defense. Your survival might just hinge on what's in your pantry, so make sure it's ready for anything. When the lights go out, having alternative sources of light can be a lifesaver. Now let's dive into the world of emergency lighting and how you can use it to your advantage during a power outage. First up, we have the trusty flashlight. This handy tool should be in every prepper's arsenal. But remember, not all flashlights are created equal. Opt for LED flashlights, as they are more energy efficient and have a longer lifespan than traditional bulb flashlights. And don't forget to stock up on batteries. Next, we have candles. They are a reliable source of light and can also provide a bit of warmth, but be cautious as they come with a fire risk. Always keep them away from flammable materials, never leave them unattended, and make sure to extinguish them before going to sleep. For a more sustainable option, consider solar-powered lights. These lights harness the power of the sun during the day and provide illumination at night. They're perfect for long-term power outages. Just ensure they get enough sunlight during the day to charge. And let's not forget about lanterns. They provide 360-degree lighting, making them ideal for illuminating larger spaces. Choose battery-powered or hand-crank versions for the best results. With these tips, you can illuminate your surroundings even in the darkest of blackouts. Stay safe, stay prepared, and remember, knowledge is the best tool in any survival kit. Maintaining warmth during a power outage is crucial, especially in colder climates. When the grid goes down, and the heat follows, it's essential to have strategies in place to keep the cold at bay. One way to keep your home warm is by insulating windows and doors. You can do this with weather stripping, plastic film, or even heavy curtains. These methods can help trap the heat inside and keep the cold air out. But what if you're caught in a sudden outage with no time to insulate? That's where emergency blankets come into play. Also known as space blankets, these thin, lightweight sheets are designed to reflect your body heat back to you, providing a surprising amount of warmth. They're compact, inexpensive, and a must-have for any emergency preparedness kit. Now, let's talk about creating heat sources. You might be thinking about lighting a fire, and that's a good option if you have a safe place to do so, but there are also other options like using candle heaters, which are essentially terracotta pots turned upside down over lit candles. The pots absorb and radiate the heat from the candles. Remember, it's not just about surviving the cold, it's about staying comfortable and safe. By insulating your home, having emergency blankets on hand, and knowing how to create additional heat sources, you can ensure you're always warm, even when the power's out. Remember, staying warm can be the difference between surviving a power outage and falling victim to the cold. In a power outage, communication with the outside world becomes more important than ever. You might be wondering, how am I supposed to charge my phone without electricity? Well, it's simpler than you might think. Solar chargers are a fantastic, reliable option. They harness the power of the sun to juice up your devices, even when there's not a spark of electricity in sight. And then, there's the hand crank charger. Just a few minutes of cranking can provide enough power to make a vital call or send a crucial text. Just remember to keep these devices in an easily accessible spot. You don't want to be fumbling in the dark when you need them most. But phones are not the only means of communication. Radios, especially emergency radios, are a prepper's best friend. They can provide critical news updates and weather forecasts that can guide your actions during a blackout. A battery-operated or hand-crank radio is a must-have in any prepper's arsenal. And let's not forget the importance of community. Having a plan with family members or neighbors can be a lifesaver during a power outage. Establish a meeting point, create a system of signals, or simply agree on a check-in schedule. This way you can ensure everyone's safety and share resources if needed. It's also a good idea to have a list of important contact numbers written down. In an age where we store everything on our devices, it's easy to forget that we might not always have access to them. So keep a list of these numbers in a safe, easily accessible place. In essence, communication during a power outage is all about preparation. It's about having the right tools, the right plan, and the right mindset. And remember, communication is not just about speaking, it's also about listening. Stay informed, stay connected, and stay safe. With these tips, you'll be able to stay in touch with the world, even when the power grid fails. Surviving a power outage can seem daunting, but with the right tools and knowledge, it's entirely possible. As we wrap up this enlightening journey through our guide, Outlast Any Outage Prepper Secrets, let's quickly recap the key takeaways. Food and water storage is the cornerstone of any effective power outage survival plan. Remember, the key is to stock up on non-perishable food items and ensure you have a substantial supply of water. These are your lifelines when the lights go out. Next, we dove into the world of emergency lighting. From solar-powered lanterns to crank flashlights, we've covered a wide array of illuminating solutions. Remember, darkness is just a lack of light, and with these tools, you'll never be without it. Maintaining warmth was our next point of focus. Insulating your living areas and investing in alternative heat sources can make a world of difference. It's all about staying warm and safe when the power grid fails you. And finally, we highlighted the importance of communication. In a power outage, staying connected is crucial. Whether it's a hand crank radio for receiving news updates or a solar-powered charger for your devices, communication tools are a must-have in your blackout survival kit. But remember, while we've shared these expert tips, the most important part of surviving a power outage is your willingness to prepare. It's about being one step ahead, ensuring your safety and the well-being of those around you. And that's where we'll leave you today. Equipped with this knowledge, you're ready to face any power outage that comes your way. You've got the tools, the strategies, and the mindset to outlast any outage. With these expert tips, you're now better prepared to face any power outage. Remember, preparation is key. Stay safe, and thank you for watching.